So, last month, I decided to begin checking out meditation as just another self-challenge and just exploring something new. I decided to do 7 days of meditation, something that I've never done before, and really pair and see which of the two leading apps in terms of meditation, both Calm and Headspace, and if that was going to be something for me. If I could actually find value out of meditation in 7 days' time, knowing that that's going to be a short enough time frame that I could do it every single day and see if it really is worth all the hype. Calm versus Headspace. And really what I was looking at when I was doing these two different apps for meditation. For 7 days, I wanted to check out meditation, and again, checking out the two apps. In the mornings, I would use Calm and check out their fundamentals or basics of meditation course, which is basically their 7-day intro. And then in the evenings or right before bed, I would do the same thing with Headspace. Quick sidebar, theirs is actually a 10-day course, but for the sake of the experiment, 7 days. Morning was Calm, evening was night, or evening was night. Evening was Headspace, and I was basically looking at how easy it is to use coaching for someone that's never done meditation before. I wanted something that was going to walk me through that, options and capabilities. Is there something else different that you can do with these, or is it going to be worth it? And wanting to use. First up is ease of use. Now, I think both apps had this pretty well down pat. One edge that I would give is Calm. When you originally opened up the app for the first time, it gave you a list of 6 different categories and asked you what your main intention was. You could choose up to 2 or maybe 3 of those, but there were things like relieve stress, become better focused, healthy relationships, things like that. They were just a nice additive in terms of it would tailor your experience to whatever you chose from there in terms of going on. For my experiment, obviously I was just doing the fundamentals or the basics of meditation, so it didn't matter too much, but for some people that could be a good idea or a nice added benefit. In terms of ease of use for Headspace, same thing. It was very simple, very easy to navigate. You basically have your 3 navigation panels on the bottom, such as home, library, and then your profile. So I would say that this is both going to be pretty even. Calm had 4 different options. They're all easy to see down there at the very bottom. You can easily filter through it. I'd say easy to use. Headspace, same way. I'd say this is pretty much neck and neck. They both work the same way. They have 3 different options, but everything that you want and need are going to be right there. Next is knowledge and or coaching. This is, I think, in my opinion, where Headspace really jumped ahead. As soon as you started using the apps and you jumped into your first meditative practices, what I found was, though Calm had the fundamental options, and they have your choice of a female and a male narrator or guide through your experience, they didn't do near the job or the coaching that Headspace did. So throughout your first, almost my entire week, as I was going through the meditation, the Headspace app gave me coaching on why I was doing deep breaths or why I was scanning from my head to my toes and what benefit that had. And for me, as someone who is an achievement-oriented mindset, it was much easier for me to stay focused on my breathing if I knew the reason why, rather than just, all right, breathe in and out and feel your breath for the next 3 minutes, and then just silence. Like that just didn't do so much for me. But having Headspace coach you through and tell you why you're paying attention to your breath and how that can benefit you outside of the practice, that did a lot. And so for me, I definitely have to give the edge on the coaching and knowledge base to Headspace. Capabilities wise. So Calm did a great job with capabilities. It's got the 4 different options. So your home course, which is going over things that you've already done. Sleep, if you were getting ready for bed, or we're going to do it at nighttime. And then you have meditation courses where you can choose what you're focusing on, whether it be just mental health and fundamentals, whether it be eating, whether it be something like, I think Matthew McConaughey even leads one. There's all kinds of stuff. Another really cool feature of Calm that I enjoy, you can actually choose a background sound that happens when you get on Calm, as well as a wallpaper. So every time you go into meditation, for instance, what I chose was gentle rain. So every time I open the app, it sounds like it's raining and drowns out the outside noise, which is kind of already calmed me down. Another really cool feature of Calm was the fact that you could actually connect it to Sonos speakers. So I did that for, I think 3 out of 7 days, as I would be in my living room just when I was home alone or had some free time, and put it on our Sonos speakers and hear the meditative practice and just that gentle rain on a really high quality, like great surround sound style speaker. I did notice that when I was going through the different category options for Calm, a lot of the same courses were popping up. So whether you're doing something for stress relief, anxiety, or just fundamentals, the same like 3 or 4 meditation courses were popping up frequently. That could be because of the options that I chose in terms of why I'm choosing to do the practice when I first started the app, kind of like what we talked about earlier, or it just could be that maybe their library is really not that full. I'm not really sure. Capabilities for Headspace. Again, an annual plan after you get past the first fundamentals. They actually have 3 different fundamental courses, all at 10 days. So your first month is basically learning about meditation, what it would be like, etc. They also have a library where you can choose anything from guided, semi-guided to unguided meditation. You can do different things for stress and anxiety or personal growth or focusing and creativity. It looked like they also had some that were eyes open practices, which was kind of cool. So you could put your headphones in, or maybe if you were commuting on the L, if I was still in Chicago, or just any subway or train, have your eyes open, and it just kind of walks you through body scans and things like that, or taking a walk, which I think is a pretty cool option just because it takes meditation outside of just sitting in your room on the floor or on a chair just in silence with your eyes closed. Brings it into actual everyday life. Each time you get on the app, it shows you how many people have used the Headspace app to meditate that day. And so I think usually when I got on there, it was over 1 million people. Though it's a total personal journey and inner journey in terms of meditation, it was cool to know that there are 1 million other people in this world that were exploring meditation like me. And on top of that, if you have a good friend, you can actually add them via email, and you guys can be buddies, and I can see when you meditate and you can see when I meditate and how often we're meditating, and even nudge each other as in like, hey, good job, keep the meditating up, or dude, get some Headspace. The options of Calm having the Sonos speaker and a lot of built-in outside integrations definitely gave them a lot, right? I really liked that fact that I could use the Sonos speakers or plug that into some other option that would help out in the long run. That being said, Headspace in terms of options had different options for time. So I could choose 3, 5, 10, 15-minute meditation sessions where I didn't get that with the Calm app. So it's kind of a tough call on that one because the option of knowing how much time that you have to spend meditating versus the options of using an outside source such as a Sonos speaker or integrating with a car, etc., could be different for different people. For this one, I would say it's pretty close to even, but just because of the slight capabilities, I will give the edge to Calm in this option. So our last category was if I looked forward to using it. And really mainly what I was looking for is, are all three of the categories that we talked about prior adding up to me looking forward to using it either in the morning or me looking forward to using it when I was getting ready to go to bed that night. What I found is through my experience, I just found myself continuously coming back to Headspace. I think because I didn't know much and still don't know a ton about meditation, having the good coaching and the knowledge base and the reason, I found myself feeling more focused and relieved. I found myself more focused and relaxed after I use Headspace each time rather than when I would use Calm. When I was using the Calm app, my mind wandered a lot. In conclusion, I don't know what's going to be the best option for you. Could be Calm, could be Headspace, could be a totally different meditation app. But I would say take 7 days, do a 7-day experiment like I did. It's literally 1 week and it could really change things. Like in my case, I did this a little over a month ago. I now have over 8 hours logged of meditation just on Headspace alone. But I hope you take some time to check out meditation and see what it can do for you. And we will be back next week with our regular scheduled program, but I'm not sure what the video is going to be yet. So, all right. See ya.